Hafifa Wan from Humanities and Social Sciences Department with another episode of our program Danish Kadah. In this program, we invite different guests from different circles of life who share their life experiences and successes with us. Today, we have another inspiring personality with us, Ma'am Malaika Farah, Head Department of Law. She is LLM in International Economic Law from the University of Warwick, UK. She started her career as a corporate commercial lawyer and now she's serving here as an HOD. So let's welcome her. Ma'am, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Afifa. Thank you.
Ma'am, first of all, I'll like to know that you chose this law as a major, like because you had this in like mind since your childhood. You wanted to be a lawyer, or accidentally you came into this field?
It was not accident, or it was not rather कि मैं बचपन से I was wanted to be a lawyer. That was decision. Initially, it was the decision of my father. उन्होंने शुरू में कुछ जब रिसर्च की, ये क्वेश्चन हमेशा पूछा जाता है तो मैं वही बात दोहरा देती हूँ. तो उनका डिसीजन था, उन्होंने शुरू में मुझे कहा कि लॉयर्स इस तरह तो किसी फील्ड में होना चाहिए, ऐसा प्रोफेशन नहीं होना चाहिए जो 10 साल बाद सब कोई करना जानता हो. तो उन्होंने इसको सिलेक्ट किया. तो जब मैं आई शुरू में तो मुझे बहुत मुश्किल लगा, लेकिन जब इसमें मैंने थोड़ा सा हार्ड वर्क किया तो पोजीशंस वगैरह आई, उसके बाद मैं सेटल डाउन हो गई. एंड नाउ आई थिंक आफ्टर 16 years of professional experience, I think it was the best decision ever I have made in my life.
Your father was very broad-minded, because at that time we had mostly very narrow-minded fathers who would either choose engineering or MBBS for their kids.
Yes,
so it was a unique decision.
It was a unique decision, and I think that decision has made me the person I am today. And law, especially for women, is very important. Even if she is not a lawyer, she need to know the law, the rights.
Exactly, the basic rights, especially
in this scenario in Pakistan. Yeah.
Sure. So, ma'am, you earned LLM from UK. So, how did you plan to earn this degree? Like from there, I mean, you had scholarship, or how did?
No, it was self-sponsored, and when I started practicing law after my LLB in Lahore, I was working as a banking lawyer initially, and I served with business concerns as well. So I just thought that LLB is sufficient enough to practice law, litigations, and even transactional lawyering. Then I just thought at some places that LLM degree at that time was being very famous, becoming very famous around the trade. Then I just decided that I should pursue my studies in LLM as well. After 3 years of professional experience, and it was self-sponsored. My father sponsored me, and I ended up doing my LLM in International Economic Law from University of Warwick. So that was one of the specialized degree over there. So
how did you find the degree, earning a degree from there? Like, what was the difference between education,
in Pakistan
over there and in Pakistan?
UK,
exactly.
That was a lifetime experience. There is a lot difference. Classroom studies difference, independence of students, freedom of expression, everything is different from Pakistan. But I would say things before 10 years I have done my degree. It's been 12 years now I have done my LLM. So now after 12 years I see, because I'm part of one academic institutions, I see that kids are more independent now in our universities as well. They are very good, they have a lot of potential, and I'm not disappointed with the thoughts and the independence.
But you do find the difference between this generation and the previous
at that time I did. But now I feel that we are equally good and we can compete at any level in any universities abroad, that the students nowadays are quite independent. They are quite having their own independent opinion about the things. So at that time there was a difference.
So do you think is it possible due to social media, or like students have groomed on their own?
Social media is one of the factor. Social media is one of the factor. We have been changed. We people, like, we are now mature enough, and we learned many things from social media. But I think in our students there are two things coming through social media. Few things we think in here in Pakistan, and being a Muslims, we can't accept anymore. We have to have some checks and balances. for our children. But there are certain things which are good. I think scientific discoveries and innovations and creations and the knowledge, first-hand knowledge from the subjects, and the people who are discussing on social media, there are many issues, and the subject knowledge they are getting from social media. So there are two aspects of social media, and these are affecting us as parents and as teachers, and affecting them as students.
So it's important to set limitations, being a parent or being a teacher.
Important, very important. I think space sometimes is very good for children and for students, but sometimes filling that space with not those dark marks, but with the white marks, so that that space should be filled. But this should not look dark to the student. This should not negatively affect our children or our generation.
True, that's true. Okay, ma'am, you started your career as a corporate commercial lawyer, and as I also shared with my viewers in intro. So how did you come into teaching then?
It is very interesting story, I would say.
So definitely we will like to know that.
Excuse me. I was working as a corporate counsel with a bank, investment bank. I got married, and that was initially when I started my career. It was in my mind that I will be a litigator or a transactional lawyer, and finally I will end up as a judge. I got married, and marriage was not something which was a kind of hurdle to continue this dream. It was a great help. My husband is also from the same profession. He was judge before, and then he was working with the state, and I just felt that banking life was too difficult with children. I conceived my first baby. I left the job and I joined Bahria University. Since then I am working with Bahria University, and I think at that time I thought that this is just a stop for some time and I will go back to my profession. But I felt that this is not as such. The academicians are not having free time. It is 24/7 job, and it is I think demanding more than a bank job and more than any transactional work in any law firm. So since then I'm with Bahria University. So at that time I joined as a pioneer member of the department. And
exactly, I'll come back to this question.
Yes,
exactly,
yes.
That how did you start the different programs as well. But before that, I'll really ask you that when you joined that City group of company, so how was your experience over there, and what were your responsibilities and roles?
In City group of companies, that was actually educational institutions and construction companies. That was a group of companies. So at that time I started as an associate company lawyer, and then after 3 months I was promoted as a company lawyer. I was very young lawyer, 22 years of age, and I learned a lot about property matters, investment, merger and acquisition, and main duties of any in-house law counsel what involves this work. So it was a very good experience. That was the first experience, and I happened to have a lady boss, and she was a wonderful lady, and I learned a lot of things, and I knew many things from her.
That's great.
So it was a good experience.
So as you mentioned that you were a pioneer member of department and you rose to this position of HOD. So would you like to share your journey to this position?
Yeah, as I said that I
did you find this
department.
position a thrilling one, or the teaching, or how did you find it? I mean, the difference between
both are equally important for me. But I would say that when I joined as a faculty member. But that post to joined as a pioneer faculty member was not actually the faculty member who would come after the establishment of the department. They will just join as a faculty member, but the persons who have joined and who has made the department will never take themselves only the faculty members. So at that time I got many responsibilities, and with the passage of time, it's been 9 years now the department has been established. So now when 2 years before I joined I took over the position as head of the department, it is entirely different. When you're seeing the people from the other side, it is demanding, lot of demand. I think administration is a very, very challenging job. There are different people, there are different students, there are parents, there are management issues, there are I think there are hundreds of issues you deal every day. So I don't find it difficult, I find it challenging. But I think as a woman, I would say that I got the best out of this position, and I learned a lot that how women can be the best choice as an administrator to the management. They give their best as they are giving their best in the in homes, to their children, to their husbands, to their parents, to their extended family. So they are giving their best to the management and to the institutions as administrators.
That's great. So you also believe that teaching law is the most exciting and rewarding experience, as it helped you to further strengthen your legal concepts as well through research and discourse.
Yeah.
So do you suggest that all the lawyers from the corporate sector must try teaching, or how would you comment on that?
Afifa, I would not differentiate between teaching and law practice, or the people who are working in different institutes in the law departments as in-house counsel. I would say we are already trying, we are already calling people from the industry to teach our students, because it makes a lot of difference. The person who teaches law without having any practical experience and the person who is having the practical experience, although HEC opinion is very different on it. And now after Supreme Court judgment on legal education, the things are changing rapidly. And I would say, and I have tried, and many institutions in Lahore and Islamabad, they are trying, they are calling professional people, they are calling practicing lawyers to teach their students. And in law, it is very necessary, because there are subjects, procedural subjects, where you would not call the procedural lawyers and the people who are practicing law in the courts. You won't be able to inculcate in students the aspects of the subject. So the convergence of these all things makes the actual legal education standard. So I think we are calling, and in Bahria there is a good combination of the people who are academician, purely academician, and the people who are coming from the industry. So I have a belief that they are the good teacher, and they should do that. And teachers also could get the you know, through placements and through many others opportunities, they can also get the experience to teach their student in a better way.
Exactly. So would you like to tell us about that HECs policy and Supreme Court's decision for our audience?
Definitely, definitely. HECs policies are very synchronized now with the Supreme Court decision, but nowadays we are working the decision Supreme Court has made after a lot of work on legal education. They have actually allowed the people who are coming from judiciary to become the member of the faculty. And they have introduced many standards of legal education, the mark system, the quota system, and the number of seats one department can offer. And they have systemized the whole system of legal education, which was not already systemized by the HEC alone. But now HEC is working with Supreme Court, and according to the Supreme Court decision and directions and declarations, so things are getting better. So we have received the judgment in August, so we are hoping that this judgment will affect the institution in a positive way, and the HEC will accordingly make their
That's very encouraging indeed. So we will come back to the same topic after a short break. Viewers, let's go on a short break. Do stay with us. Welcome back. So ma'am, as you mentioned that you were the founding member of this department, and you really played a big role in developing this department as a best one. So where do you see it next few years?
FIFA, I have many plans for this department. If I say that right now there is only one thing in my mind, is the flourishment of this department. And since 2 years we have received a lot of success, and I have been appreciated by from different corners.
Sure.
From the industry, from the people. I have got no idea that I am doing a lot of things. So they have made me realize that you are doing actually a lot of things. the management of Bahria University, they are very kind. They've been always kind. It's been 9 years I'm involved in with the management as a faculty member. I was dealing many legal issues, giving them advice. But for the department, when you name the law department, there is some excitement in my heart that I want to do a lot more for it. And I'm not taking it as somebody who want to remain in this position and want to do something. Even there are a lot of things you change, and there is a legitimate right of everyone to be at that position after some time. But I think for this department, मैंने सब चीज़ें, my kids and my home and everything is at corner. So we are planning to start more programs. I'm going to convert this department, inshallah, with the help of my team. We'll convert this department into school, and my focus will be more on the infrastructure of the department, because right now we are just using half of the floor for this department, and we really need one specialized infrastructure for this department. These are the few very recent future things I would say that I want to do for this department, and a very good faculty as well. We are working on the faculty development of the prevailing faculty members.
So you're also offering different faculty programs to send them abroad to get
Yes, I have sent one faculty members Dalian Maritime University for PhD, and now we are focused on the development program so that faculty could develop in their particular area of expertise. Because teaching itself is a full skill profession. So it needs skill more than the knowledge of the subject. So you definitely evolve with the passage of time. Time always evolves you
need
as
to keep yourself updated as well.
And I think we should evolve for the betterment. And betterment is only possible when there is no anxiety in work, there is no depression in work, there is a depression-free environment, anxiety-free environment. Somebody who is not bossing the faculty, somebody who is part of the faculty, and even management. Sometimes I think, and we discuss as well, that management should also be as a as a inspirational factor, as a motivational factor, not as somebody who is just stopping the things. So I have always I would say that
very positive
got the help from management. Very positive. If you would ask me about Bahria and about the department, I have not experienced anything bad here. And there are I would say रवैयों का difference होता है, but we should understand people are coming
university
from
management always facilitated. This is what we all have experienced.
People are coming from different backgrounds, different circumstances. So sometimes those things become a challenge, but otherwise work environment is the best environment. 9 years is the longest period of time I've spent with one organization. I have in total 16 years of professional experience, but I think 9 years with one organization is something commendable.
That's really big deal. Okay, you have also successfully established LLM, PhD and LLM in international maritime law. So how's your experience so far with all these programs?
Initially, establishing an LLM program in Pakistan was a challenge. Because PhD is not a big challenge, because there is a lot of vacuum. Islamic International University is the only university that offers right now PhD program, and now Bahria University has started offering. So we are filling the big vacuum in the industry, in the field. But LLM was a challenge because students were considering LLM degree from abroad. Most of them, already my students are studying from UK, US and different countries, China, Turkey, from everywhere. But LLM starting in Pakistan and Bahria University was a challenge. It's still a challenge. We are receiving good applicants. Right now our LLM is required the highest eligibility criteria in Pakistan. So I'm keeping up, and I want to keep it that way. There are problems, students asking us that Islamic International is having less eligibility criteria and you guys having very strict eligibility criteria. But in order to make sure that the quality students or quality intake is coming, I just want to continue with the same eligibility criteria. So I think my experience, and right now we have inducted in this semester, we have inducted candidates for international LLM in international maritime studies, and I hope that this is going to be, finger crossed, that I am hoping that things are going to be well for the department, inshallah.
So are you collaborating with other organizations as well?
We have many collaborations, almost with all the very famous and very recognized law firms. We have collaborations. We have collaborations with different think tanks. Our faculty is working on many research projects, and there are faculty members who are working with the firms on the basis of consultancy and various, I think, collaborations we have made with the passage of time, and we are committed to make more as well.
That's great. So, as you know, I'm interviewing you on behalf of Humanities and Social Sciences Department, so I would really like you to share your views on the subjects of social sciences. How do you see them?
Social sciences to sab kuch hai.
That's true.
I would say that social sciences subjects are good to make a human. They are the basics of all the subjects. The learning starts from social sciences subject. So my idea and my expectation from the faculty of social sciences and the subjects of social sciences is that they can change the whole scenario of today's world in the academic institutions. They can change the generations with their thoughts and with their process of inculcation in the classroom.
True.
So their effect in the classroom is different than any particular area expert subject. So any professional education that is just focused on law, on medical, on on business or anything else, social sciences and social scientists can change the world, I would say. So my idea is, and there are a lot of expectations as well.
True. So do you find it difficult ever to work in male dominating society, being a female, as you said that you started with this and then you went in the field as well and then you came back to the teaching. So how did you find this whole experience like?
Yes, a very good question, very good question. I was waiting for this question and I always have replied it in a very detailed way.
Sure.
Afifa, that depends that how you have started your journey as a woman. For women it is very important to keep herself within the limits given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and given by the society. Having said that, women have got lot of things and determination to rise. So if she is determined, she is competent, she knows her subject and she is a woman, I think it is rather very beneficial for her to, in a male dominated society, to make her place. Because I would stress on the point that in our society, male, the way they are, if we think, are made by women.
True.
They can be different if the woman is different. They will behave according to your personality. The person who is sitting in front of you, they will take you as you want him to take you. So I think if the woman, the basic thing for a woman is to know her trade, to know what she is working for and what her subject is and what competency level is required for that position and for that subject she is working for. If she is good enough, I think male dominating society cannot affect her. She can affect the society in a very positive way. And our males are very respectful towards women. That's the basic thing we can enjoy in our culture, in Pakistani culture. They stand up for women, they open the door for women, and if she deserves that, and that in order to deserve that, you need not to have a very lengthy interaction with them. You can just make that interaction in just a shop, you are just going and you are coming back. They will get the idea what kind of woman you are. Because in our society, it is very open. Our society is based on culture, on religion, on some ethics. So we can reunite and we can also get the benefit from that thoughts.
So you hadn't been
never have any challenge in the main dominant. I have always enjoyed the position as a woman, a respect as a woman, and the skill as a woman.
So why do we have every now and then different campaigns asking for the rights of women, and or are we really privileged one that we are enjoying this status here? So how would you
those campaigns have many backgrounds and the things, and sometimes on a very superficial aspect, I can only add that sometime a woman who is being feminist, sitting on TV and calling feminist, I am not feminist at all. I need not to be feminist, because I need not to tell people that I am a female, I am a woman. I think the people who are who have started these campaigns and they are talking about these campaigns themselves, if to see them, most of them are not in the same outlook they are demanding from the society. So I think we need to correct ourselves first to start any campaign, that where we lack to perform our role as a woman. So if that role is performed by women, I don't think in the society like Pakistan, India, even in subcontinent, they won't get the equal respect. And I think they are getting more respect than men.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Although there were a few more questions that I wanted to ask you, but because of shortage of time, that's it for today. And I'm really thankful to you for getting out time for us.
Thank you so much. That was Izzat Afzai aapki taraf se hai, and I'm so glad that you called me, and I hope that I have answered your questions.
No, thank you very much. It was very informative indeed.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Viewers, that's it for today. Next week, see you again. Till that, take care and goodbye.